This topic's really important, I believe. I come up with the name scale vision, which is basically, I guess, when we become very tunnel vision and too focused on the numbers of the scales or the scans that we get. We start to forget about all the other things we've achieved, you know, and successes and all the benefits that we've reaped, you know, physically, mentally, and emotionally throughout our fitness journey, whether it's starting out or we've been doing it a long time. How you going, guys? Yeah, so scale vision is what I come up with. I do believe 99.999% of the population that are on some sort of challenge or fitness journey or, you know, long-term, short-term, do come across this at some point, some stage, or, you know, some stage or another. So if you do know someone that may benefit, guys, comment below. Just tag them in the comments below, and hopefully we can help them out with this chat tonight. I will keep moving as quick as I can. So again, topic is scale vision, guys. Again, I'll touch on it, basically having a tunnel vision on the numbers and being too fixated on the numbers, we forget about life, okay? And forget about all the good things that we've achieved along the way, and we forget to have fun. All right, as a trainer, guys, as a trainer over the last many years and a gym owner now, I have worked with so many people. Everyone seems to be looking for that, that magic key to unlock happiness or the dream body. And one thing I've learned very quickly, and I learned time and time again, is that the numbers on the scale do not matter to an extent. Yes, they are a very good tool, I guess, or useful tool, I should say. You know, for people that are trying to maintain weight loss, or for someone that has a, say for instance, a competition they need to drop some weight for. When I say competition, athletes I'm talking about. Some people need to drop total body weight for some sort of procedure they need to have, or general health and fitness injuries, whatever it might be. So they are a very useful tool. Yes, they have their place, but they do not measure your success. They do not measure your achievements. They do not measure your energy, your happiness, your confidence. They don't measure any of that, guys, okay? One thing, a few things that do matter, that we promote very much at Prana, is your relationship with yourself, having a good, strong, positive relationship with yourself, self-love, and your body image, and also a good relationship with your food, guys. If you don't have these things, you're going to struggle to find long-term success and happiness within your fitness regime, whatever it might be. You know, actually comment below, guys. Yes, if you have at some point or another been a bit bummed or fixated on the numbers of your scales or your scans, or whatever it might be, if you've done a challenge or whatever, general weigh-ins. I know I have, so I would comment yes. If not, just comment no. But if you have, comment yes, and I'll get back to you after the chat. But yeah, basically, guys, you know, when stepping on the scales, it can be a very negative experience for some people. You know, they might see the numbers go up, and you know, they've been sticking to their program, or they might not see any progress whatsoever, and they've been, you know, busting their guts day in, day out at the gym. You know, and this sort of triggers, and this causes people to start to think things about themselves, I guess. It could be negative, you know, they start to think, you know, oh, well, I'm far out, I didn't hit the numbers, so I'm too fat, or too thin, or too big, or too small. You know, I'm success, I'm a failure. And sometimes even how they feel as a person, guys, I see this a lot. It's not good, and you need to remember the scales do not define you as a person. They do not measure success, your happiness, once again, your achievements. They don't measure any of that. You know, it sucks because a lot of people do very much, yes, very important, Chloe, do very much tie their success and their self-love and body image and how they feel to their scans or their scales, to the results. So, yeah, it is a very important topic, and I think it's a great topic. We've just finished our 30-day challenge at the gym. So it's very fitting, and one of our members did ask me to talk about this. So I thought it was a great topic, and on top of that, I had a really buzzed out scan. I thought I did really well, but it went very backwards. It's one of my worst scans. I might touch on it after, but yes, I'll keep going. So yes, it is a very good tool. The scale, we're talking more about the scales at the moment, but this goes for scans as well, guys. There's so many variances in the scan. I'll get into that shortly. We're talking about scales a lot tonight, but yes, they can be very deceptive, guys, especially when you're starting out on your scales. Nothing without good mental health, that's right. Yeah, so starting out, guys, it can be very deceptive. The scales, they can show little to no progress. You know, but one thing you got to remember is, especially when you're starting out in your fitness regime, guys, in order for you to get those aesthetics, get that body pumping properly, the work starts within, okay? So most of our progress is happening on the inside. Our heart is learning to pump more efficiently, pump blood around the body more efficiently, to your muscles, to your brain, making your body work a lot better. You know, we're creating a lot more mitochondria, guys, throughout the body. Mitochondria is basically what produces energy. So it's the little structures or little things inside of our cells that basically, you know, that basically combine with oxygen. We combine our proteins, sugars, fats and stuff. They combine it with oxygen in our cells and create energy. All right. If you want to know more about that, hit me up. I'll chew your ear off about it if you want me to, but I'll keep moving. You know, on top of that, guys, muscles, on the scales, you don't see your muscles getting stronger to adapt to all your workouts. Yes, in the scans, you can track your muscle mass, your lean muscle mass, but in saying that, guys, there are so many variances on these scans, from, you know, the week leading up, what you've eaten, salt levels, your sleep, your stress, your hormones. Ladies, your monthly cycle plays a big part. Even dehydration, for instance, guys. So dehydration, on the DEXA scans and stuff, I believe, when you're dehydrated, it overcompensates for your body fat. So for instance, I'll give you an example. So let's say I've had a great week, I've lived optimally, my food's been great, I'm super hydrated, I go and get my scan, comes back really cool. Anyway, next time I get my scan, I haven't been as successful. I haven't, you know, with my nutrition, I've been very stressed during the week. I could be at a different time as well. You know, if I did it in the afternoon the first time and the morning on the second time, generally in the morning, you're a lot more dehydrated. Okay, especially if the week leading up wasn't as good. You're going to get a very different reading, guys. All right, so just remember that. That's just one of many, many variances when it comes to these scans. Yes, they are great. They'll let you know where you're sort of at, you know, ballpark, and they can be they can be quite accurate, but for that point in time, you know, it doesn't take into account what you've done leading up or what's going on in your personal life as well. Recovery is a big thing too, guys. Sleep, all that sort of stuff plays a huge part. So don't be bummed about it, guys, you know. Look, unfortunately too, guys, results don't happen overnight. If they did, we'd all be, you know, on the beach in G-string bikinis and running amok in little jocks and whatever, but it's not. So what we got to try and do is sort of shift our focus, you know, especially when setting goals. Instead of setting goals and focusing on numbers and what weight you need to lose or whatever it might be, start setting goals. For example, maybe getting to the gym 4 times per week. You know, if you tick that off on a calendar, guys, over the month, at the end of that month, you're going to be pretty proud of yourself. All right, it's a lot better mindset. It's a lot more positive mindset as far as setting goals and achieving, guys. And yeah, basically set your goals more performance-based. We try and promote that at Planner as much as we can as well. Enjoy the journey, enjoy the process, and, you know, reap the rewards at the end. All right, but again, don't focus on the scans too much. Another little tip, guys, to shift your focus is maybe get to know your body. Find out what works. If something didn't work, use that as a learning curve, guys. Use it as something to, you know, so yeah, see what works. So for instance, for me, you know, I set a 6-week training program. Mind you, it was very athletic, performance based, but I did all these little extras to try and tweak it for this last scan. You know, and that didn't work for me whatsoever. It was probably one of my worst scans I've ever had. Even though I put in the work, I set goals. So my goals were to not eat lollies, chocolate, ice cream, or anything like that for the whole 30 days, which I did not. I did that successfully. And I planned my 6-week program, which started 2 weeks prior. And I had to hit that program religiously, which I did, expecting to put on all this muscle. I actually went backwards and my body composition got worse. My body fat percentage went up. All right, again, a number of things came into play. The time of my scans, my week leading up. So the week leading up on my second scan, I had a very hectic week with my son. It was beautiful, wouldn't take it back, wouldn't change it for the world, but had birthdays on, you know, had a couple of wines that night, had my son. It was a very hectic week. Didn't sleep as much, a little bit, stress levels were probably a little bit higher. And yeah, my reading was shocking. So I wasn't very happy with it, but it doesn't matter. Again, I learn and grow and evolve and move forward and do better next time. So get to know my body and do better next time. And another thing, guys, focus on learning exercises, learning workouts, you know, how to do things properly, and get the most out of your workouts, guys. Focus on that sort of stuff. You know, changing lifestyle habits and, you know, it's hard enough without focusing on the numbers, all the pressure of, you know, having all the pressure of the numbers, to hit certain numbers every week as far as weight goes, when some things are out of your control, you know, and it's never perfect, guys. It's never an easy road, like I said. A couple of little ways that you can help this, guys, is get around a supportive environment. Family, friends, good family and friends to support you on your goals. Get to a cool gym that is going to you know, help you get there. Wink, wink. But supportive environment, guys. Set realistic goals. Like I said, performance-based goals are always the best, I feel. And also, when you do set your goals, plan for obstacles. There's always going to be obstacles. There's always going to be hiccups. Like I said, it's never perfect, never easy. There's always going to be roadblocks. So just prepare for them and think about what you're going to do if this happens. All right, and that'll help you sort of get around those obstacles, get over those obstacles a lot easier, a lot quicker. All right, and last but not least, guys, very, very important is to find a balance. Don't overdo it. Don't burn yourself out. Don't make it a chore. You need to find a balance and what works for you. Remember, this is a long-term process. It's not an overnight thing, guys. We are, again, I always bring this up, we are all forever a work in progress. It's something that I love. It's a saying I love that I learned from Mel. It's always going to stick with me, and I'm always going to say it. We are all forever a work in progress. Remember that. It's a long-term thing, guys. It's a marathon, not a sprint. All right, I know I'm speeding up a little bit here. I'm just trying to get through it all. Bottom line, guys, if you're eating healthier, you're exercising, you know, and the scale's not moving or your scans aren't getting the results that you specifically want, you're definitely not alone. It is super, super common, guys. Bottom line, do not give up, okay? Again, work out, you know, use it as a lesson, learn from it, speak to someone that's maybe been there, ask questions, guys, ask a coach, ask someone that's been there and done that. Yes, we are all very different. One size does not fit all, but you know, certain things you can take little tips and pointers from, guys. Ask questions. And this doesn't also, another little thing that I've found with people is they will ask, say, a professional or someone for some advice, okay? Someone might have very good advice for them to take up, but then they'll go and ask someone else, and they keep asking, this might be a little bit off topic, but it's something I see very, very often. They'll keep asking different people till they get the answer they want. Therefore, they're just doing circles. They're going back to the same thing because that's the answer they want, because they're too scared of stepping out of that comfort zone maybe and taking that risk or trying something a little bit different because it's something that they don't know. It's very unfamiliar. When it's unfamiliar, it's scary. So yeah, if I could give any advice, ask questions, guys, and take advice. You know, what works, don't take all advice, but take some advice. Yeah, get around a supportive crew, guys. But bottom line, don't give up, guys, and I'll leave you with a few. I'm getting through this as quick as I can. I'm getting better, guys. I'll leave you with a few little tips, I guess, on why they really don't matter. Any questions, guys, please chuck them in anytime and I'll answer them. I'm trying to cover everything of the main sort of stuff, but any questions, chuck them below and I'll get to them. Basically, why those scales don't matter, guys, is your body composition is changing all the time. Okay, you might put on a bit more muscle, you know, drop a bit of fat, and your weight will stay the same. The numbers will stay the same on the scales. The numbers may even go up, guys, because you're going to hold a lot more water. You know, when you hold more muscle, you hold a bit more water. Time of the month, all that sort of stuff, guys. And as far as scans go, guys, again, like I said before, there's too many variances to list. Yes, they can be accurate, but you need to take into account what's happened that week or those few days leading up, those few hours, you know what I mean? How your lifestyle is at that point in time. All right, so it's always, your body composition is always changing. Another thing, guys, your weight fluctuates from day to day. For example, my weight can fluctuate 3 kilos from day to day sometimes, like depending, I do carry quite a bit of muscle, and I do hold water. So my body fluctuates quite a bit. It very much bounces between, you know, 95, 97, around there, sometimes a bit under, sometimes a bit over. I don't really want to say that, but sometimes it does. I don't really care, but it is what it is. But yeah, weight fluctuates, guys. And again, with your monthlies, ladies, big time, you know, you got bloating, you hold water, less water, more water. Yeah, so don't panic there. Another thing why they don't matter, guys, weight doesn't show health and happiness. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example, guys. When I was late teens, early 20s, I was the weight I am now. I was very unhappy. I was very unhealthy. The shape of me was completely different. I held quite a lot of body fat. I did still hold quite a bit of muscle, but I was very unhealthy emotionally, mentally, and physically. Yet now I weigh the same, and I'm a lot happier. I'm a lot healthier emotionally, physically, and mentally. And I feel like I look a lot better than I did back then anyway. I think I'm doing all right for a 32-year-old, but yeah, so that's a perfect example, guys. I don't know if I want to put photos up before and afters. I might chuck them in the comments later and you can see the difference. But yeah, back then I was 97 kilos. I'm 97 kilos now. It's a complete huge change. Anyone that's seen the photos or any of Mel's t-shirts will know what I'm talking about. Obviously, muscle weighs more than fat, guys. We know that. Again, a perfect example was myself. Back then, I carried a lot more fat. Now I carry a lot more muscle. I weigh the same, but I look completely different. My whole body shape is 100% different. Another great way, great reason that it doesn't really matter, guys. The best way to tell is how your clothes fit. Okay, you know, your clothes, you might fit into your clothes a bit nicer. You might look a bit nicer in your shirt or your dress or whatever it might be, your bikini, whatever. And your measurements, guys. So, you know, clothes that fit better basically tell us a lot, fit nicer, tell us a lot more of a true story or better story than a scale ever will. Same with your measurements, guys. Get your measurements out. That's probably a little bit of a better way of sussing out whether you're going in the right direction. If you ever need help with any of that sort of stuff, just speak to a coach. But yeah, clothes and measurements, guys. Look, that's it. That's just a few of the main things I thought, reasons why the scales really do not matter. Please, guys, jump in and ask any questions. I hope I've covered everything for you. Bottom line, guys, scales do not measure your success. They do not measure your health. They do not measure your happiness, your energy. They do not measure how big your freaking heart is, guys. All they do is measure your total body weight. If I can give you anything, just remember, don't worry, be happy. And life is, you know, we are all forever a work in progress, guys. Remember that, take that away. And yeah, that's it for me, guys, tonight. I hope that was nice and quick.